Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Original Next Level Gaming Podcast. Welcome in on this Sunday night. Hopefully, you guys that are watching Sunday Night Football are watching it, but listening to us, because who wants to listen to that? And Game of Thrones is over, so you guys don't have an excuse. So,
Twin Peaks, too.
Speaking of Twin Peaks, what's going on, Nathan?
Not much.
So,
you know,
what is that on your head?
my hat of shame. So you guys won't talk about my redheaded stepchild.
Now, see, what I was going to say was, hey, everybody's football team won today. Oh, hi, Nate.
I thought you guys would like to talk about my hat other than my team.
So, Juan.
Hola.
Your man Stafford.
Put on a little show, as I understand it. I was working, so I didn't get to see the finer points, but he did what he does.
And he did it in the last, 5 minutes of the game.
Yep, that's what he does. More four-quarter comebacks than anybody in the last season.
Are we talking about this season?
No, last season. More fourth-quarter comebacks than anybody.
Really?
Yep.
I'm trying to think if they're... I did not know that.
That's how they got to the playoffs.
Huh.
If they had only played the fourth quarter of football for the whole thing, they would have won the bowl. But that's my joke. The difference between the Lions and a dollar bill is you can still get 4 quarters out of a dollar.
Nice. They used to be. See, they used to say that about the Ravens last year too. Actually, the last few years, they don't play a full game.
Yep.
So, I'm sorry,
but we'll
Nathan.
take it.
Flacco had fun in that tent. That's all I'm going to say.
He was in that tent. He was in that tent going, you know what? I just hand the ball off to Terrence West. I don't have to throw the ball ever. Just.
That's exactly what he was saying.
So, what's funny is, I drafted Flacco in our fantasy league, who only gave me, I think, 6.5 points today. I drafted Woodhead, who would have been great until the end of the first drive.
I think he had more than Flacco at one point.
He did. But I also drafted the Ravens defense, which gave me, I think, 35 points when all was said and done.
They were eating.
It was hard. It was not even. It was a spectacle. It was a clinic. I mean, it is a career high 4 interceptions for Andy.
I don't know what. I think he did his 3 against Baltimore's the only one to do it to him too.
Yeah,
they've done it to him twice now.
Yeah, I mean that's a shocker because usually the Ravens lose at Cincinnati. It's the first game of the year, and it's a division game. Not a good day for Ohio sports.
Nope.
No.
Not at all.
Peter, you drafted people, but you don't follow a team.
I have no clue.
Oh,
I did tell him about Andrew Luck because he was going to start him.
Yeah, so I had to scramble to get another quarterback.
Okay, good.
And then I had to give somebody up. And, it was like playing darts. I'm like, yeah, that one. Needs to go. No, I just picked the one that was getting the lowest points, so projected points this week. So that one had to go.
Yeah.
I don't even remember who it was. So we'll see.
Out of here.
Yeah.
I gotta get this picture. I gotta put this picture up real quick because this is really funny. I mean, it is this. Everybody was all over Stafford in the first half of the game, and then the last 5 minutes happened. And
where's Frankie when we're talking about sports?
Oh, I'm sure he is
rolling over somewhere.
Yeah, I'll show this picture when we get over to the other screen. But it is kind of funny. I got it from the Discord one.
Yeah, that NFL meme thing was pretty good.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I do have to grab the the gaming stuff for this week as well. So speaking of which, real quick, I want to. Hey, my camera's working. What? Hey, look at this.
Don't talk about it.
Camera is
Can't be spoken about. Just let it do its thing.
Yes. Oh man, the year is starting off great.
It's the little things.
All right, so I want to apologize for us being out the last couple weeks. I do feel bad, only because the way we have the podcast set up. You guys could have done a hangout and stuff like that. It's not like you totally need me for this. Peter's always wanted to take over the show. It could have been his big chance.
Yeah, but the whole XSplit thing is getting so complicated,
True, but
I didn't have all your things, so we would have had Google Hangouts. But
yeah, it's okay. So, I mean, for full disclosure, this was a perfect storm of band gigs. My band usually, there are times when I can go multiple weeks in a row playing, but I've never had 2 Sundays in a row and 2 Sunday nights. It was really weird. And one of them came with like a month lead time. So 2 Sundays ago, we played at for those who live in Maryland who know what the Maryland State Fair is, it's honestly, it's not like the Iowa State Fair is their big thing, but it's kind of like that in scope and size. It's not like the Harford County Farm Fair where a couple hundred people come and up here. It's Maryland's big event every year. And it was our first time playing there, and it was Sunday night. So we played 6 to 7 and then 8 to 9. So obviously I couldn't be here for the podcast. Then last week, there's a church that's in Baltimore that we do a yearly oyster roast for, bull and oyster roast for, that we got into by someone else's misfortune, and it's sad, but I'll take it. And it'll be our 4th year doing it this year, and it's always on the Ravens bye week. But they had some sort of music program that they did for the community and asked us to do it, and it was Sunday night. So,
sweet. Yeah,
so I apologize for us being off air the last couple weeks. It was my fault completely. And then thankfully I'm awake enough to do it tonight because yesterday was a doubleheader, which I also haven't done in years. And at 44, it's hard to do 12 plus hours of music. So somehow my voice is still good. I don't. So I'm good. So welcome back, guys.
How?
And it is just the 4 of us tonight, so we should get through everything nice and tight. The idea is to only go about an hour. We have a couple things to talk about, news-wise that's talkable about, and we have a very special presentation from Juan, which we've been looking forward to seeing. I have seen it. I don't think you two gentlemen have seen it, and.
I have.
Oh, have you?
I've seen a version. That might be the version.
Yeah, I don't know about the version.
Well, we're going to show Need for Speed starring Juan Gallardo.
Yeah.
Get your
in the car he is named after.
Yeah, it was quite a good little birthday present, and I'm excited to be sharing it.
Awesome. And then that'll take us into your retro rec.
Right.
So, all right. Welcome to the chat room. Hey, real quick, and I was reminded of this a few minutes ago. We were told that Project Jeff 85, who's usually in the chat room and hanging out with us, he is unfortunately without power, and he's down there. He's down there in Hurricane Land, and we know some other people, Eric Jackson, and some really good She-Wolf and the governor himself, Gamers Know Best, who's down there, and to all of our friends and family and people we know down in Florida.
Italian clowns.
Yeah.
Food.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
many more.
So many
Yeah.
guys down there. Guys, stay safe. Hopefully, you guys. Some of you have left town. Some of you have gotten up. Hopefully, Eric got in his yacht and headed north before that thing hit. So we're thinking about you guys, and we're praying for the best. And just stay safe, everyone. So we just wanted to say that.
Yep. Prayers.
To everybody else who's in the chat room, welcome. If you are trying to brave out that storm, hopefully you're in hanging out with us, and that gives you a little respite from what's going on. All right. So let's, real quick, what have we been playing this week? My answer is going to be short and sweet, so I'll start. Honest to God, nothing. It has been it's just been such a killer time for me right now. I honestly have not turned on a video game all week. This is just, I'm getting, work is hammering my life right now, and so I'm hoping there's some light at the end of the tunnel that is not an oncoming train, but it's a slight respite I'm having to take from gaming, hopefully to get out of that rut fairly shortly this week. So, but Peter, what have you been up to?
Well, today I was at Six Flags, so I'm tired, like whatever. But I mean, the past couple of days playing Destiny. Such nice.
I've only heard good things.
Yeah, I mean,
The worst thing I've heard about it was that it was like the first one. That it was too much like the first one. That's the worst thing I've heard said about it.
I mean, a lot of games are like that, They change a little bit, but it's pretty much the same thing,
Yeah, my friends that are fans of it have already completed the story mode, and like a buddy of mine took it the day off and spent 20 hours on Wednesday playing it, and has defeated the story mode. And there's still tons for him to do, but I was like, damn, because this guy, he doesn't finish any game. Like, he's a game collector more than a player, and he's a great guy. But I was like, damn, must be good.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I got max level of 20, and light is like 230s, I think. And still haven't finished the story yet.
Nope. Me neither.
Yeah, well, we'll get.
I think
more.
we're halfway, Nate.
What?
Slightly over half point, right?
Yeah.
I think.
I'm on the very last. I mean, IO. I don't know if it's the last one, but.
Yeah, still need to finish the other one too.
Well, we're definitely going to get into that in a few minutes. That's one of our.
All right.
That's one of our features for tonight. Is you guys talking about that? So, just Destiny or anything else going on?
What's that BC game that came out with Games for Gold?
Oh, you're talking about oh goodness.
Hydro Thunder?
Yeah.
Yes, Hydro.
Yeah, Hydro Thunder.
Oh,
a little bit.
What a game!
And it's like, it's the first time that I'm playing that game, and it's great.
Did I tell you guys, or did I tell you guys?
Did. But now I feel like I missed out all those years.
My boys from Vector Unit.
Yeah, it's good. It's very enjoyable.
It really is, and it is online. So let me know when you want to run.
Well, first you have to be online.
Fair enough. Touche.
I'll be there
Took a vote. and-
mostly every day. So
You're off. Sorry.
Oh, good. Just real quick. Fastback said his mom left Tallahassee to get to Pensacola. So good. Good.
Yep, good
okay.
stuff.
Is it any better in Pensacola then?
That's a good ways north.
Yeah,
so
that's up. That's
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's north. I mean, it's all the way on the left side. But,
Yeah, that
Probably
the
just-
but it would
panhandle.
still hit that. But
It could,
Yeah.
but I think by the time it gets to the Panhandle, it's going to be a little less than a tropical storm.
okay.
So
No, that's a good thing then.
Yeah, my uncle's in Valrico, next to Tampa.
yeah, I've got family down there too. So and they're trying to get going. So all right, Juan, what have you been playing this week? I know. Well, we know part of what you've been playing this week because we're going to see it in a few minutes.
Yeah. Not a ton. I've worked 10 of the last 11 days, and I just get so zonked that I haven't done a lot. I've been lazy gaming, so I've been mobile gaming. Usually before I go to bed, I'll do that to try and get some sleep. It's not as an indication of the game, but been playing Shadowrun Returns on my Android, and I don't talk up mobile gaming much. I'm not a big fan of most of it, but that's a really solid little RPG. Big fan of Hairbrain. They got their BattleTech game coming soon, and so it's definitely worth a look. Got the red. Been playing did some play for the Retro Rec. Let's see. I finished. What did I finish? I finished since the last time we spoke. I finished Slime Ranchers Adventure mode or Story mode, if you will. That was pretty awesome. That was pretty sweet for a free game, a gold game. I really can't recommend that one enough. Then I've been working on some other stuff here for the list.
Okay. And Nate?
See, every time HDK goes first. So I'm pretty sure that I've been playing Destiny 2, and that's about it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
But you can tell that you're a speedrunner, though.
Sure, but no, I'm not a speedrunner. I don't know why I run so much faster than everybody else.
No, it's like, like we're playing also with Super Cooper, who's in the chat right now. And it's like, he and I were just, looking around, enjoying the scenery. And it's like, where's Nate? And it's like, he's like ways ahead. And so we have to remind him, like, hey,
nice.
Just look around once in a while. And
there's always one.
Yep, there is. Yep.
Stop and smell the roses, dude.
Exactly.
So,
but we're having a good time.
Well, that's a good segue into actually discussing the game, because unfortunately Frankie's not with us tonight. It's one of his off weeks, but he's one who
he's
also he's liking it a lot. I'm gonna stretch this out a little bit since we have a little extra room tonight, so people can really see what's there.
But me and HDK playing on the other console.
Yeah,
right.
The other console.
That was a pretty nifty Photoshop, you have to admit. Oh man. So all right, so boys, the floor now. What the hell? Oh, hold on. Wait.
I didn't do it.
Hold on. Wait. Son of a bitch. It was like too good to be true. Hang on.
Yeah. She's dead, Jim.
It's because I stretched out the chat, isn't it? All right.
Does anyone speak?
No, but I think they're saying hello.
Okay, that works too.
We'll roll with that.
So yes, let's roll with that. All right. Gentlemen at the bottom, the floor is yours. I want to hear all about Destiny 2.
All right, Nate, take it away.
The game is good. The colors are good. Your turn.
No, hold on. Wait a minute.
I mean,
you talk. Hold on. Wait, hang on, Peter. Hang on. He talked more. He talked more on WFC than he has ever talked on this podcast.
I'm getting ready. I just had to start out with a joke.
Okay. All right, because I was about to reach over there.
Come on,
and the gameplay is good, and that was it.
That's right. Back to you.
He's always acting on my dad. Come on. He's not my dad.
It's going to rain. Back to you.
Oh, okay. Back to me. Okay. I was not going to get it. HDK talked me into it, and I'm glad that he did. I know, right? He kept bugging me. But no,
yeah, I did. It's like, we should get it. Well, it's because you said, like, I played the first one, and and people, you played with some, and you did a raid, and then you got left behind, and it fell apart after that. It's like, hey, we'll team up, and we'll stick together.
And I feel like I don't have to do it to compete now. I think that's the difference. I don't have to do a raid. I'm enjoying the game without doing a raid. I haven't even unlocked it yet, I don't think.
Are there any raids yet? Maybe.
Yeah, I think there's one, but I don't know how to unlock it. I think Coop said he just unlocked something. I don't know what it was.
Well, you need to finish this story first. I believe.
Thank you for the backup on that. I appreciate it. But definitely better than the first one. I think my favorite part of this one would have to be how slow everybody is, and I feel like I'm 2 steps ahead of everybody. I've never felt like that while playing a game before. I always felt like I'm the person who's stuck behind.
You're like Roadrunner. Beep beep. That goes Nate.
But luckily there's no dynamite, so I'm okay. I think that's what he used, dynamite. See, these cartoons, I don't watch that much. But
A little bit of TNT.
then you guys are all your children, and my children are grown, so.
They're still marinating.
Oh gosh, yeah. My face is going to be bright red at the end of this.
Well, you were telling about Destiny as beautiful colors. So.
Just as great, the reds are just like my face right now. So, no, but I enjoyed it. It's I think you should get it, Stinger. I do. Definitely fun. I know you said not all the problems aren't me because I didn't get it, but I think you would enjoy it.
Well, it's always fun to play with friends. Although certain story missions you have to play solo because they're really solo player geared. So you do those, get those out of the way, and then you can team up again. And they're like adventures. You can go on adventures together. It's really cool.
I do say that I feel like this is more of what the first one should be.
Okay. Because the first one,
I heard that. Yeah.
The first one was not what I didn't get it because of the beta, and I figured I played through the beta. I played through the game, and to an extent, yes. To an extent, no. But I don't know. I don't know.
No, I totally agree with you. That was literally the only reason I was not going to get the second one. Was because I did not like the first one.
Peter talked you into it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we also played the beta, and the beta was
the beta was a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. But that was also because I played with Soup and HTK.
Yeah, it's definitely it's most of the games are better with friends. I bet if you could play Ben-Hur, as as multiplayer, it would have been much better.
I still don't have 1K in that. I gave up.
Dang. Yeah, no, I do. That's probably the only reason why I played, because it was easy. Easy.
It was hard. What are you talking about?
It's not that hard. It was not that easy, actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure some it's easier than others. I guess maybe I got lucky. Maybe I played it so much that I got good.
It could be.
But, yeah. But Destiny, I mean, it's a good game. And what Nate said, they fixed issues they have in the first game. It's very enjoyable. To me, the story is more. It's easy to understand the story, and all the characters that are there, and it's good.
Yeah, and the first one, half the characters didn't talk.
Right.
It was really weird the way they did that.
But it's not revolutionary. It's it could have been Destiny 1.5, but it's a very enjoyable game.
Yeah, and that's what I think I meant. Like, this was the first one, I'd be lining up for the second one.
My Destiny fan friend says they did a really good job of giving it an epic feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also tying it in with the music and stuff. It's really the soundtrack is really good, and just the music cues when something's about to happen, or I
love good sound design like that.
It's really good. You really get a very immersive feeling. It's good.
Okay. It would have to be. I mean, I don't know. So Worrywart just joined and he said, "Enjoying Halo 2, everyone."
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I like it.
Halo, not Halo. Yeah.
Bungie gunplay is good.
Yeah.
Bungie
the only thing is funny. They didn't want to make another Halo, but then they made Destiny, which is
Halo.
It's kind of ironic, but
Halo.
That's what I've said from the beginning.
I mean,
that's what I said about Destiny 1.
Yeah, they should not have said like what they said. They're just saying like, hey, gonna be independent and making our own Halo.
Right, we're just gonna
Basically.
call it Destiny.
Yeah.
I call Destiny.
I mean, I've said that, and I've said that on this show too. I've said they wanted to get away from Microsoft because they didn't want to make Halo anymore, so they went by themselves. They got together with Activision and they made Halo.
Yeah.
I mean, they were.
And then you have to.
Somebody-
you encounter like vehicles, and like they control the same as the Warthog or those tanks and other stuff. So
Yeah, exactly.
Well, apparently there's a Magnum pistol that they skinned that looks exactly like the one Master Chief uses.
yeah,
Like, I mean,
it wouldn't surprise me if one of these days we see Master Chief like running around.
oh, well, that's not gonna happen.
Well, I look alike.
I mean,
Yeah, that'll be an Easter egg or something. Like, oh, look at that.
Something
rock.
like that. Yeah. Hey, the other day, what did we find? We found a guy with wings.
Yeah, it was weird.
It's like, what
and
the heck?
right. You're gonna run into an arbiter someday.
Yeah, something weird.
It would actually be kind of sweet if you ran into some cross thing. I don't think it ever happened, but I wouldn't be offended if they ran into some Covenant or Banished or something.
I don't think
Flood.
The
I think
Banished
as
are just
much
called
as
the Taken.
Much as Microsoft does not mind them selling their game on the Xbox and stuff like that, I think.
Yeah.
I think a certain marketing deal would stop that from happening.
Oh, I'm sure.
Microsoft, not that Sony would stop it, but Microsoft would be like, no.
Well,
we
here's
have
the thing:
our-
do you think if they would get marketing rights for Destiny 3?
No, I think that is a locked in thing. I think they have a better chance of getting back in with Call of Duty than they do Destiny, and I don't think they're ever getting.
I just don't like the way they do it. Bungie does. To
Yeah,
never have
that's-
missions show up on the other. I don't get it.
That's the issue. That's what the rub is. It's not so much that they do it; it's that they hold back stuff for an entire year, and I think that shouldn't happen no matter what platform you're doing it on. It's just
Yeah, because you're paying the same price as they're paying.
right. Especially
Well, yeah.
especially the thing that got people upset about Destiny 1 was that you paid for the season pass or the expansions and you lost out on stuff, but you paid the same amount. So you didn't get anything that was different. You didn't get anything that was that was in lieu of. You just simply didn't get it, and you had to pay the same amount of money. I sort of agree with that. I mean, I think that's a bad practice. I always have thought that was not right. I think holding maps for a month isn't.
Yeah.
And it's never
I
been.
think that's the farthest someone should go. You know what? 30 days, okay. I don't really care.
Yeah.
But a year is just ridiculous.
Yeah, year is totally ridiculous.
Well,
Because by that time,
what
half
can
the
we
people
do?
probably
Not,
aren't playing it anyway.
but what can we do by not buying the game? Well, guess what? Everybody bought the game.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I
I
didn't buy it.
it's like Activision, Bungie, they're just laughing. Like,
I'm holding off a little bit. I'm holding off till Anthem personally.
well, Anthem is like a year from now, right?
Yep.
So,
I've got with between the Switch things I want to get for that, the X, and
Yeah.
$100 into Forza. I'm hard up anyway.
right.
Right.
And that's understandable. I mean, it's
I do want to get Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. That looks right up my alley. I love the tactics type game, like it's a massive chalice and those, and that looks pretty much awesome. I want that handheld.
it looks cute, but I don't like the turn-based
Right, that's not your
aspect of it.
not your
That's
flavor.
not my flavor.
I'm with you.
Oh, talking about the Switch, like on my trip, I brought my Switch, and finally I was able to play some Zelda. And then I've completely forgot how awesome that game is.
Yeah, no, it's I have a love-hate thing with that game occasionally, but how I know that you hadn't played the Switch a lot handheld, right?
Yeah, I haven't. And now that I'm back home, I haven't touched it since. It's really a good travel device.
But how good is that handheld? I mean,
Oh, fantastic!
that is so good handheld.
Yeah, I mean it's. I will always call it a handheld.
Well, you know what? Since we're going on that slight tangent, I think we would make a very quick left turn. A little bit of news that is Switch related, and is kind of a big deal for those who have not played it before. But LA Noire is coming to Switch.
Oh yeah.
So we had
Man,
some
I don't know.
discussions. Had some discussions on this on Twitter, in which usually anytime I give an opinion on Twitter, no matter what opinion it is, I'm always wrong apparently. But LA Noire is coming out again, remastered for the Xbox One, PlayStation 4 with Pro and X enhancements, and coming to Switch. So I thought that I would get your guys' opinions. Yeah, and it's more expensive. So
on the Switch, it's more expensive.
Like $10, I think.
it's,
Oh yeah, the so-called the cartridge costs more, so we charge you more.
which makes no sense because digital should then cost less. But that's a whole other, that's a
Yeah.
whole other thing. So
But just about the game itself, the game. I mean, it was a good game back then, so
yeah, it was.
it's still a good game now.
I've never played it, so
I just
I'm
wish
looking forward
they
to
If
would
you haven't-
also announce
yeah.
backward compatibility for it. That's my issue. I
Yeah,
don't
that
wanna
would be
rebuy it.
very nice.
I for a
um,
couple of blades of grass and 4K. I
Yeah.
don't know that
I
it's worth.
agree with that. I mean, I have it. I've just never played it.
Oh, you haven't, but never
Oh, it's
played
a
it.
great,
Dang!
great
Oh man!
game.
Yeah,
I
Great
got all the
game.
expansions.
yeah,
too.
you got to
It's
get on
like-
that.
Yeah, that
Yeah, I have the complete edition in there.
that is
but
a
it's just-
Yeah.
fantastic.
And I think
game.
I would have paid $30 for a remaster. I mean, $39. I'll probably wait till it goes $10 cheaper.
If you don't own it, then I see that. But for those of
Mhm.
us who own it, I'm just a little perturbed that there's no backward compatibility for it at this point.
Right.
Now,
And also, this
maybe
game
they'll
you
do
played
that,
you
maybe
played
they'll do
once,
it,
or yeah.
because didn't they make 4 and 5 backward compatible? I don't know, maybe not 5. I know 4. 4 is backward
4 is.
compatible,
Grand Theft
4
Auto
is,
7.
and of course RDR is.
and RDR is. So I mean, it's not unprecedented.
But this came after that, so maybe with time, maybe they want to get their sales out of it first. I
Maybe.
don't think I'm going to jump on purchasing it, because I'll play it on the 360 before I buy it again, because it doesn't have a ton of replay value.
no.
Right.
I mean,
No, it
it's
does
a
not.
great playthrough, and it's been long enough now that I would consider it, but it's not the kind of thing that I'm going to pop in and replay annually.
No.
Like with GTA 5, it was remastered, and they still keep on supporting and adding to it.
Mhm.
Then again, isn't
That-
LA
that's it.
Noire like 4 discs for the 360?
I don't recall.
I don't
I
remember.
don't think so.
Probably more than one, but I don't recall.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's more than one.
It's
I'm
been
not-
so long.
I'm looking.
But yeah, if you haven't picked up the game in the past, then November 14th will be a good time for people to pick up that game.
Can the Switch really do it, though?
All right, so here's what they're doing. So they're going to add gesture-based controls along with the Joy-Cons. They're going to do HD rumble and apparently new camera angles, a wide and over shoulder.
The new
And-
camera angles are coming to the non-Switch versions as
Yes, yes, they are. And there's a contextual touchscreen controls for playing when playing in portable mode. So,
well. They at least put some work into it.
yeah. And
Yeah.
by the way, if you have an HTC Vive, there's an HD VR version coming as well.
It is 3 discs.
Yeah, I was gonna. Well, all right. Is it? Yeah, I guess it is.
Too bad it's not on PSVR though.
Yeah, that would be really neat.
I guess the question is can it?
Oh,
I don't know, and I'm
thought it
not
was
saying
coming
that
to
to
VR.
disparage PSVR. I literally don't know. I don't know why they didn't, unless it's just not a game that they were able to get running on it.
I guess it depends on the implementation, because they're trying to do it like a room scale. Because the point of that game was you would walk around the room and things would vibrate and you'd search and do the. If they're trying to do the room scale VR, the Hive. What am I thinking of?
The HTC Vive?
Vive, that's it.
Yeah, Vive.
Hive.
Hi.
Yeah, the Vive is going to be better at room scale than the PSVR, just the nature of how it is. The PSVR, I think, would be fine if it were kind of more the interrogation part of it. But I think if you're trying to do the room scale, search around the thing in VR, that's more Vive.
Yeah, because it has the sensors rather than just the camera in front. Same thing. I mean, and that might be why it's not coming out for Oculus too, because it's not coming out for the Rift.
Right.
Now, and what they're going to do is for the Vive version, there are 7 of the cases from the game that they're going to redo specifically for the virtual world.
If it's that room scale VR, that could be pretty killer.
It just depends. Yeah, I don't know. There was so little. There was so little information
no credit for
about
the pun?
it. Huh?
No credit for the pun?
Oh.
Yeah. It was a bad pun, I know.
Try to veal.
It's lame.
Went over my head.
Yeah, but a lot does because you're young.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, no, it's a great game. Like I said, I don't know if I would double dip, just for 4K.
Yeah, me either.
But who knows?
Yeah, it's another
$30,
$40. However, it is. I don't know how much they'll charge you for it, but like you said, that money can be
39.
spent on other.
Yeah.
49.
On another game.
It's just. There's just no reason for those who have it already. I mean, it's just.
Right.
And I definitely.
And you know the
really
story
spend
already.
$50.
It's not like there's going to be another outcome.
Right.
Right. That's just it. So, now you get the complete edition, so you get all the DLC and things like that. But
Right. I already played that because I haven't.
I guess if you're gonna play it again, it may be worth it, so you don't have to get off your butt 3 times. Because I know a lot of people like digital games for that reason.
There's that.
Yeah.
yeah, there is that.
But for the PS3 people, just put your PS3 and you're ready to go. It's 1 disc. Hey, look, guys! I talked about Sony.
Ooh. Come on now. You went all pony on us.
Wow. All right, so I just wanted to bring that up because you started talking about Switch.
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting. I mean, there's not a lot of games of that style on Switch, so it'll be interesting to see how it runs it. It'll be.
I don't think it should be more expensive on Switch. Though.
Well, like if they're putting that extra work into it, I don't mind it so much. Like if they're incorporating Switch only features like HD Rumble, it doesn't bother me as much.
True.
Fair enough.
I'm talking about a Switch. There's also a rumor that we're getting achievements of some kind.
Oh man, some people are
seen that.
saying some crazy stuff about that too. Like it's going to lead to worse gameplay design and such. I'm like,
how?
Has achievements? Yeah, that was my question. I never got an answer. I was like, has anyone cited an achievement or an example of achievements leading to worse gameplay? And the closest I could come up with was pointless collectibles, like Assassin's Creed's Flags achievement. Where there's no in-game benefit to getting all the flags, and you still have to spend hours and hours scaling all this crap all over the place trying to figure out which ones you've got and haven't and whatever. That's not my favorite type of achievement, but it's totally optional and has no effect on actual gameplay, so I don't know what they're talking about.
What up, Anchor?
Anchor Man. What's up, fam?
Anchor.
All right, so I want to move on because I did want to keep this, concise. If you like, Mr. Peter, give us a little bit on Uncharted Lost Legacy. And what I'm most happy about here is that I finally get to use your footage.
Yay!
Because unfortunately, I don't know why. I checked it again, and I actually re-downloaded it off of your OneDrive, and I re-decompressed it. I checked it, and there's no game audio. There's just your commentary.
Dang, that's
So-
strange.
That's all right.
Yeah, because I think my Elgato wasn't working, and I don't know.
What did
But
you just?
that's for another
No,
story. Oh,
I
what happened down there?
don't know why I started there.
Yeah, I died a couple of times. It's that's
At
how you
least you
should
didn't
play.
have the
That's how you
mountain
should play
footage.
games, because then you know your boundaries, right?
That's right.
But yeah, the game it's absolutely gorgeous. Um, it started out very interesting, and I don't know. Once I finally got like in the in the jungle kind of area, and you're riding around in a jeep, and the girls, they're having a good time, and the conversations are really good, and you get out of the jeep and you saying like, oh, hold that thought. So she gets out, you do your thing, you come back, and they continue the conversation. It's really beautifully done. um, but after that, and solving a couple of puzzles, and it's like, okay, now we have to go there and there and there and kind of do the same thing. I don't know, it got a little bit bored. It's a good thing that it looks gorgeous. Otherwise I might have stopped playing a little bit sooner. um, I think if you have played like Uncharted 4, and it looks very very familiar, because
It
this
does.
is
Although it
kind
looks,
of this same thing, but with a different characters, or different story, but the same engine and stuff. Yeah, I mean it's a good game. Got a little bit bored. Want to play some more. I think I'm halfway or somewhere in chapter 4, so could also be based upon my particular mood that particular day. Don't know. Probably more reviewers have that same issue, like if you feel the game at that moment or not. But
well,
definitely have to play more to get a complete kind of complete picture of what I really feel about this game. But towards the end, it was like, okay, I'm kind of done. While with like Uncharted 1, that I completely finished, I was like, I couldn't wait to play more. And with this one's like, I don't know.
really. 'Cause, I mean, I've heard so many good things about this game, and I'm gonna
But
get it.
yeah, and in the beginning, it was like much stronger, because it's like new, and she was at first by herself, and then she meets the other chick. I'm sorry, the name escaped me, but it started out first strong, and then it kind of, in my opinion, fizzled a little bit by being kind of repetitive, and finding your collectibles. And
all right.
yeah, this particular scene, I love that when the light bulbs were snapping off, and the sound design was really good. But yeah, it's an Uncharted 4.5.
It looks, like it's got some pretty clever level design going here.
Yeah, and this particular thing at the beginning was good.
So who did you not remember name wise, Chloe or Nadine? Because
Um,
Nadine's from Uncharted 4.
right. Well, but both. I haven't had a
And Chloe, well,
lot
Chloe's from.
of.
Did you play Uncharted 2?
No, not yet.
Okay, so
I
that's
have it.
okay.
I have it. I still need to.
All right, so
Fanboy.
that might be that. Okay, that may be what it is, because Chloe showed up in 2. Nadine, of
Right.
course, was in 4.
In 4, right?
Right,
Yeah, and
so
I
that may
watched
be why you don't know
four
who Chloe
gameplay
is.
from A to Z.
Okay,
So I know the story. So maybe that's why
gotcha.
same kind of puzzles, same kind of thing as 4. So just with with the girls now. So
They're better.
but definitely want to play more and get a better idea. But right now there are too many other good games out there that this one will have to marinate a little.
Okay, fair.
Sometimes they taste better that way.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, it's what I said. It could be a particular mood that I was in, and I wasn't quite feeling it, and that might change.
Now, were you because you have a Pro,
I have a Pro. That's correct.
and so were there any 1080p enhancements? Did downsampling?
I don't think there was a choice. So I don't know if it had or did not have. I don't think I could select what I want.
Okay. So you remember, you don't have a 4K TV yet.
That's correct.
I have to look and see
And,
if there's any.
Yeah, I don't think there was. Like in Horizon Zero Dawn, it's it has an obvious thing where you can select, if you want to have the 1080 60 or you want to have the 4K downsample.
I think I remember hearing that in order to access it, you had to like come all the way out to like the system menu, like the title screen menu, if you will, and then go through options that way. It wasn't like an option you could pause it in the game and play. But I'm not sure. I don't have any hands on with that one. I think that's what I remember hearing.
Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, typically what I do when I start up a game, I go through the all the menu options first before I start the game and
I gotta set my
check that type of
subtitles.
stuff and enable subtitles and
Invert my mouse or my stick.
I don't know how people do inverts. I can't do it.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I can't invert.
It's the only way that makes sense.
My guess is that there's obviously, I guess what I was looking for was, is there any super sampling or anything like that? Obviously, playing on the Pro, you're going to get, a little bit of richer graphics. I just wasn't sure if it was, I didn't think it was just, just 4K versus 1080p.
I'll next time I play, I will look around and see if I can find anything. But
Creepy just platinumed it. He may know. Do you know if there is Creep? 1080p.
Oh, he
60?
platinumed it today. Nice.
Yeah, I'm messing with Creepy. He's trying to steal HGK from us. So.
oh yeah, there was another game that I played. I completely forgot about. I played with Creepy Bunny. Played some Farpoint on the PSVR.
Now,
Like,
how
an
is
hour
that
and a
with a
half.
multiplayer VR game? How
Fantastic.
Yeah?
Really good. I mean, we both have the, so we both have a PS4 Pro, and we both have that gun, and it works extremely well.
Nice.
And as a multiplayer, you play side by side, so and basically it has kind of like you can't keep on going, trying to get ahead of each other too far, because at a certain point, like you have to clear the enemies, and then you both have to reach a certain point before it unlocks the next point.
All right. A few places that I'm checking on with the game says that basically there isn't anything overly graphically different between the Pro and the base version, other than of course I think
that's what
res.
Creepy said
Yeah.
too. Just
Right.
So, hey, Windy City, what's up, man?
But as you can see,
Oh,
I mean,
when
the game is gorgeous, in
Oh,
this particular
yeah.
area. It's
I mean, look at the water effects. I mean, look at her.
right.
I mean, there's some of this stuff in here, but look, this is Naughty Dog. I mean,
Right.
There,
And the animations too, when she's hanging on a rock and stuff, and you see her fingers, like the head movements and finger movements, when she's resting and climbing. I mean, it's they have a huge eye for detail.
I think I'm gonna call in my favor and get Arnie on here to talk about this with us in a couple of weeks. See
Yeah.
if everything's died down from the launch of this, because I mean, look, there are to me there are two definite, maybe three top flight, super incredible developers out there, like masters of their craft, so to speak. The two that I hold reserve for are Naughty Dog and Turn 10. And, each in their respective crafts, I'm not comparing them head to head, but in their respective genre, they are the masters of their domain. And I mean, you could see it right here. I mean, the water, like I'm just like staring at the water, and how the reflections. I mean, those you just barely saw a little bit of a rainbow there, and the waterfall, and like It's just, it's gorgeous.
Oh
Where's
yeah,
the square key? I can't find it.
yeah. It's always funny. You're like press X, and it's like I was,
Right.
And I have to look at my controller where the X on the Pro is, and then versus like on the Xbox is like.
Now, Super Cooper's saying Ninja Theory belongs in that class, so I guess he's going off of Hellblade. Another game I've got to get. I am a bad. These days, I'm a bad gamer. I'm not even gonna lie. There's so many things.
No, this is HDK playing, not Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is no. This is HTK. I have not gotten it yet. I am so backed up on games that I want to get and play. It's not even funny. I haven't even played the games I've got. I played 10 minutes of Recore like 2 weeks ago. And that's like the most there were like 3 Xbox One preview updates that I missed because I didn't turn anything on. I haven't gotten Wipeout yet. I haven't gotten this. I haven't gotten there's 2 or 3 Xbox games I want. I haven't gotten those. Like I'm starting to wonder why the hell I'm even getting an Xbox One X. Am I even going to be able to play it? Hellblade's another one I didn't get a chance to get yet. I mean, it's just I'm hurting. So it's kind of nice to see so I'm glad you took some footage of it so you could talk about it, because this is a game I really want based upon my love of Uncharted.
Right.
And yes,
Uncharted.
yes, if you
Right.
saw the title of the podcast, it's on purpose. This is one of those games. Look at that explosion. I mean, this is just one of those games that I'm kind of upset at myself for not getting yet, because I feel like I'm letting myself down as far as a series that is just by far one of my favorites. So I'm watching vicariously through you. I'll get it. I'll eventually get it.
You brought up an Xbox update. Has anyone used the white theme yet?
Yep.
What do you think? I don't like it. I had to switch it back.
I like it.
Did you have to reboot your console? Because the other night we checked, there was no.
Yes, that's what I had to do.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm
probably
digging
like
it.
my dark. One.
Yeah.
It's a refreshing change for me. I had the dark for a long time.
It windy feels me. Real life calls.
Yep, sure does.
Yeah.
Now,
But we keep on buying. We keep on buying games though.
The good news is, you know what though, with the good news is these past couple weeks that we've missed the podcast because I've had band gigs, I've made a little money, so I can go back. I mean, I want to definitely. This might be what I might do is just skip everything else and grab this and play through this, because this will take me up to mid-October. And there's some stuff there I can hold off till my ex comes in, and then I'm gonna go back and check out some stuff. There are a couple of things I might be holding off on until that arrives.
It's the age-old problem. You either have enough time and not enough money, or enough money and not enough time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bro.
Another cool thing about this particular game is it's only $40.
That is cool.
So it's quite substantial. So.
I don't see Stinger passing up Cuphead.
Shit! Cuphead this month. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
It's
that's
20,
the other thing
it's
I
only
played.
$20.
I forgot. I don't know how I forgot, but there was one thing that
Oh
I
my
played.
god! How did I? Jeez.
Yeah, you want a copy of Wolfenstein, too.
Yes,
Yep.
thank you. I won a copy of Wolfenstein, and you know what? Since he is in the chat room making fun of me, I was gonna pimp his channel, but now that he's picking on me,
Yeah.
All that talk reminded me of one of the games I played this week that I completely forgotten. I'm shocked that I did because I was pleasantly surprised. Life is Strange Before the Storm.
Yeah, I need to play that. I'm gonna wait. Is the prequel episode out yet? I know you bought the
chapter
deluxe too.
Yeah, the first chapter of the
Yeah.
the one with Maxine isn't available last I looked. But yeah, it was a little concerning that because I didn't realize at first that I know Don't Nod's working on Vampire, which looks pretty good. Their Vampire
Yes.
again, that looks pretty good.
I was disappointed they didn't show any of that at E3.
Right. And so I knew that Deck 9 had gotten it. It's really, really good to see that Deck 9 understood what made Life is Strange good. It's a Life is Strange game. It's good. The SAS mechanic, like Chloe has a backtalk mechanic, which makes sense because she can't do the time thing Maxine did. It's not quite as good as the time rewind power, honestly, game mechanic wise, but it's not bad. And that's not really the point anyway of Life is Strange. So, yeah, I recommend it.
Sweet. So,
I need to play it. I just felt like I should wait till they have them all.
Yeah, we're suffering. We're doing it the hard way, but
right.
Well, I mean, you got your wife going, hey, we got to play, so I don't blame you.
Whenever you got that going on, that's a winning situation right there.
You just deal into that. You just run with that anytime.
I just wanted to pre-order it because I thought they deserved that.
Yeah, no, it's like, if you like Life is Strange, it's more Life is Strange, and I was a little concerned because the first one told a pretty complete story. Like it was a prequel necessarily. Was there more? But they're making me care. So yeah. It's good stuff.
Look forward to it then. Good to hear.
All right. Well, thank you, Peter, for the Uncharted update.
Yeah.
And making me feel bad about not playing games. But I'm cool. It's all right. It's okay.
One of these days.
All right, so now we're going to move on to the cool stuff. So before I get to this video, Mr. Juan, you want to set this up? We're going to call this Need for Speed, starring Juan Gallardo.
Yeah, basically, for my 40th birthday, which was this year, in advance of it, my folks pulled together and got a Groupon and everything and got me a driving experience in a Lamborghini Gallardo, which is like a baby Lamborghini, if you will, but still kind of an impressive machine. It's built to the same, it's mechanically very similar to an Audi R8 if you're into that kind of stuff. 500 plus horsepower, all-wheel drive, 0 to 60 in less than 4 seconds, top end of pretty close to 200. I didn't get out of second gear because the course was only so big, but top end of second gear is 90, which I didn't quite get there, I imagine. Yeah. But yeah, it'll do 90 in second gear. So it was a pretty interesting experience. I've raced as a hobby. I have a 15-year-old Mustang that I've taken around and had some wins with, and it was just a really neat experience to drive a machine that I would not be able to otherwise. It's about a $250,000 car. So just real quick, I guess the humor, the setup is that we get out there and there's a class going and we're watching them go, and my wife turns to me and she says, is it me or are they going kind of slow? And I'm like, well, you got to remember, dear, that not everyone does the kind of stuff I do with the autocrossing. A lot of them are just lay drivers, if you will, laymen, and they might be intimidated by it or the waiver you have to sign. Because the waiver makes it sound like if you sneeze on this thing wrong, you're going to break it and you're going to owe a ton of money. But of course, I know in my head that they're not going to let me do anything to hurt the car, so I wasn't sweating it too much. But I said, they could be intimidated by the waiver, or maybe they're just not drivers like that. But also, it's going to feel a lot faster in the car than it looks to us out here. But yeah, they're being kind of timid, dear. So we watched them, and when I filled out the form to do it, they ask if you have any experience, and I put in that I'd done some amateur racing, and so when I was time for me to go, my instructor, my Sherpa in the car, Joel, asked me if I was his racer, and I said, I got a little bit of something. And he's like, so you're going to be my best ride of the day, right? And I'm like, well, I'll try. And that's pretty much where the video picks up.
All right. So I didn't want to do this. I wanted to do this thing justice. I didn't want to do this in the little middle screen. Sorry. Let's get back to the beginning. I wanted to show this as it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, Our man CrazyJuan in action.
Okay, so it starts with a couple of stills here, just of the front of the car, the engine bay, and the interior.
Bumblebee.
That's a V10. And it's got the Formula style paddle shifters and everything.
It's
pretty
what are we in?
Lamborghini Gallardo.
Awesome. How many laps we got today?
3.
Ready to do this?
Yes.
All right.
I don't know if they're getting sound.
Breakdown. First gear between those two
They're getting
sets of
sound.
green cones.
I love the noise this thing
Yeah,
makes.
once you
It
get
was
out
half
there,
the
Just make
awesome.
sure you got your hand ready for that upshift. But yeah, you can give her more, whatever you're comfortable with. It's above that.
Can you guys hear the
Whatever you're
sound?
comfortable
Yeah, just stay inside down. Perfect.
Yeah, pedal
Brake,
to the
turn
middle.
in, back on throttle. It's going to help sit the rear end down to the car. Perfect. Little less there. Yep. Swing her nice and tight. Kind of veer back left. Very good. Hard brake, turn in. I like it. Very smooth footwork. Increase that throttle more to the floor, all the way down. Get wide left, all the way out there. Very good. Hard brake, turn in. Super smooth. Back on throttle. Very nice. Little less. Super smooth section. Very good. Hard brake, turn in, back on throttle.
The audio's off just a hair.
More to the floor, all the way down. There it is. Love it, man. Hard brake, turn in, back on throttle. Feather that baby all the way through. You are doing amazing, dude. This is the fastest run of the day by far. One more lap, one more. Hard brake, turn in, back on throttle. Yes, sir. More to the floor, all the way down. Dude, you are kicking ass, dude. Hard brake, turn in, back on throttle. That's all right. Nice save. Very beautiful save.
The look on your face,
Bring her
man.
easy right here.
You were just trying not to wreck this car.
Run of the day. That was amazing, dude.
The best
Well,
part
the
is the
hard part
reaction.
is you want to go fast, but you don't want it to end either. So I would be like, oh, do I want to go
That's
fast or do I want to go slow to share it?
Hey, dude,
the only-
thank you so much.
Another day in the office, right?
Look at your hair,
Can we back it
dude.
up like 10, 15 seconds?
Perfect.
Because the
Thank
best
you
part is
so
his
much.
reaction.
Super enjoyable.
That was great. The
Is
only,
that possible?
the only,
Yeah, I think he can back it up 15 seconds.
Can we take it to like 10, 15 seconds left? There's 10, maybe 20 seconds left. The best part is his reaction because he'd been riding with kind of schlubs all day.
Oh, I heard. Yeah. All right, let's
and
see.
he was so excited.
I don't know why the audio's off a hair. I don't know why, but
Hard brake, turn in. I like it. Very smooth footwork. Increase that throttle more to the floor, all the way down. Get wide left, all the way out there. Very good. Hard brake, turn in. Super smooth. Back on throttle. Very nice. Little less. Dude, super smooth section. Very good. Hard brake, turn in. Back on throttle. Feather that baby more to the floor, all the way down. There it is. Love it, man. Hard brake, turn in. Back on throttle. Feather
That was when
baby
the
all
back
way
end
through.
stepped out
You
on
are
me.
doing amazing, dude. This is the fastest run of the day by far. One more lap, one more. Hard brake, turn in. Back on throttle. Yes, sir. More to the floor, all the way down. Dude, you are kicking ass, dude. Hard brake, turn in. Back on throttle. That's all right. Nice save. Very beautiful save. And then we're bring her easy right here. Double greens. Best run of the day. That was amazing, dude. Dude, yes. Yes, dude, yes. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, dude, thank you so much.
Another day in the office, right?
Yeah, that's why I do this, dude.
he thanked you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Super enjoyable.
Keeping his sanity.
Wow, that is great. He
So
thanked,
yeah, it was
he
was a
thanked
real-
you.
right. Yeah, that's and I think it was kind of funny because like the next 3 or 4 guys that got out, they kind of, I don't know if they felt like the bar was raised and they needed to pick it up a little bit, but they were working pretty hard too, so that's
Yeah.
cool. But yeah, no, it was a really cool birthday present. If anyone ever gets a chance to do something like that, totally recommend it. Go in fearless because they like it when you do that clearly, and they'll let you run it.
Nice. Well, the only thing that it had to be, I mean, not sure what that costs, but it seemed like it lasted for the 60 seconds, and then you were done.
It was closer to 2 minutes. In different areas, you might get a better venue than what I had, a longer deal. But I'm telling you, I had adrenaline. My hands were shaking when I was done. That was showing a little bit extra. But yeah, I definitely had that kind of same feeling I have when I when I was racing, back when I did that. Really got a chance to work the car out. Going into the last turn, under braking, when the weight shifted off the back, it wanted to slide sideways on me, and then I'm counter steering, and I'm sideways, a little bit sideways, not crazy sideways, but a little sideways in a $250,000 car, and that makes me smile. So, it was a real good time. Like I said, I can't recommend doing that kind of stuff enough.
Yeah, it did look fun. It definitely looked fun. So you look like you had a great time with it.
Yeah, my friends give me a bit of a hard time about it because they're like, "You didn't smile the whole time you were doing it." I'm like, "No, I was working."
Yeah, you were right.
I had 2 minutes to get what I could out of that car, and get my folks' money out of it. So, I was in the office. Then afterwards, I could laugh and smile about it. But
yeah, it wasn't a victory lap.
No, I was working.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were. Yeah,
I need to set the bar.
Nice.
Yeah, at some point I'll it's on my own YouTube, and I'll link to it in my Twitter and such again, so anyone wants to check it out, like synced up and everything. But
yeah, I'll put it in the description.
Also, there's a video from my wife shot with the vertical video that has it from the outside with the sound, and she was chuckling at me because on the first, not the exit, but the first lap where I could really get into it, I come around, I was like, rah, 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 all the way around the corner, which no one else had done all day. So she was, kind of laughing at me for having to push it. But
nice.
She's like, of course he did. Of course he did. She's in her she's rolling her eyes at me, and I'm having a blast. But
yeah.
Well, I think the reason, I don't know. I mean, the people have to learn. Okay, so like if you have a camera, this is just general practice, guys. If you're taking video with the camera, do me a favor. Please turn it like this.
Yeah, I haven't trained her, obviously.
I mean, it's just it makes the videos harder to watch especially if you're watching them on a phone. It's one thing. If you're watching them on a computer, it's a little harder to watch. And for here, just because I have it, we'll just drop it into the slot here. And I don't know why it's that way. Let me see if I can turn it.
Oh no, he's falling down.
Right. Bizarre world.
There we go.
But yeah, that was from the soul. That was the other thing too. Once I got out of the car, they had given a class, about driving the car, and they had said, when someone gets out, be courteous, give them a little bit of applause. And people had been doing that, but when I got out of the car, it was different.
Did they have champagne and they were?
Yeah, there was actually like some cheering going on. It was kind of crazy. And I had as I'm getting my credit card back and getting a shirt, I've got different dudes. Right. There it is. But as I'm getting my shirt back, I'm having different dudes walk up and be like, wow, you look great out there. Have you done this before? And this and that. And someone's like, you behave on the way home now. And I'm climbing in my wife's soul. I'm like, no danger.
Now, Ron, there's a live cougar in the back of that car. You're going to have to learn to drive with a cougar in the car.
Yeah, it was a real good time. I'm happy to be able to share it.
That is awesome. The Ballad of Juan Gallardo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's a Juan double feature because it is now time. Watch it be sideways. Yep. Of course. Now I gotta fix it. It's because it just can't. Here. There we go. For Juan's retro recommendations. I think his car driving was fast. Look at him play these games.
Right. Pass the tutorials in a heartbeat. I love all these games too. It's so ridiculous. So many years.
That's still my favorite.
It's really something, that game. It's very unique.
I don't know where my shortened version is. I don't care, Frank's not here. All right. Let me get her loaded up. People should like this one.
Well, it's a true Hall of Fame game, in my opinion.
Except, what the heck? Oh, come on. Hang on.
It's all good.
No. For some reason, the renderer does not seem to like... let me see if I...
While we're waiting, I saw something that amused me. It was a picture of... It looks like... I don't know, is Andrew Luck still playing?
He's on the DL.
Okay, well,
They'll
that
call
is...
it the DL. I don't know.
Is that a Seahawk maybe? Number 16? And we got... It looks like a Cincinnati Bengal... and someone else I can't recognize right off in the 3 uniform, and it shows Pennywise holding a clown or a balloon, and it's INT. You'll float 1, 2.
Nice.
Oh, that's probably Andy Dalton. He did 5 of those today.
There it is.
4 and a forced fumble.
Oh gosh.
You'll float 1, 2. That amuses me.
It does. Hold on, I'm still trying to get...
Mike broke it. Yep, it's all Mike's fault. We're out of here.
This just makes me angry.
It's okay, Mike. We got your back.
Do you? Do you, though? There we go. I'm just going to run it from...
Sure.
This is going to be what
So,
it's going to be.
As we can see, we got a real Hall of Fame, classic in my opinion here. An almost perfect game. 1994 on the Super Nintendo, Super Metroid.
Ready?
Yep. So, Super Metroid, developed by Nintendo R&D 1 and Intelligent Systems. R&D 1 was founded in 1970 and coincided with their entry into video games. They created several notable series, including Metroid, Tetris, Mario Brothers, and Donkey Kong. They formed a close relationship with hardware developer Intelligent Systems and were restructured in 2005 to Nintendo SPD and in 2015 to Nintendo Entertainment Planning and Development. Intelligent Systems, founded in 1986, originally hired by Nintendo to port Famicom disk games to ROM cards that were used outside of Japan, was mostly notable for some great games. WarioWare, Fire Emblem, and one of my favorites on the Game Boy, Advance Wars. I love Advance Wars. So we're talking about Metroid, though, and the gameplay is a 2D side-scrolling action-adventure. The player controls the bounty hunter Samus Aran in search of a planet Zebes, I think it is, for a stolen Metroid larva. The game opens with this epic theme and Samus recounting her battle versus the Mother Brain on SR-388 and her battle with the Metroids on their home world, which is actually SR-338 now I'm thinking about it, and the Game Boy version of the game. In which she finds a Metroid larvae that she spares and takes back with her to Sarah Station for research. I really love this theme music too. Then after space pirates attack the station and steal the Metroid larvae, she goes back to planet Zebes to chase them down and reclaim the stolen Metroid larva, which had been researched and discovered that it could be an unfathomable energy source for people. So it was something they want to get back. The player can control her in running, jumping, crouching, and firing in 8 directions. firing in 8 directions was new to the Metroid series, so that was a bit of an advancement. Wall jumping and moonwalking, or moving backwards and forwards while charging the weapon, were also new to the series. Is credited largely, along with Castlevania Symphony of the Night, another excellent game, with coining the genre or subgenre of Metroidvania. And because of the idea that you've got a map and you've got areas you can explore, but areas that are locked off until you unlock certain weapons or abilities to open up areas. And power-ups scattered all around the world will enhance her armor, her weapons, and those special abilities that can grant access. Like, I can't proceed here, have to go back out and carry on. But those power-ups include the Morph Ball, which is rolling into a ball, and also from the Morph Ball you can place bombs and access small spaces. The Spring Ball adds a jump to the Morph mode. Speed Booster gives a super high run speed, and you can crash through barriers and enemies to open up areas again. The Grapple Beam can be switched to, and you can use it to swing across open areas. The X-Ray Scope can reveal hidden passages or items, or certain blocks that are destructible. It'll reveal what can destroy them. The High Jump Boots are pretty self-explanatory. The Space Jump allows you to do a continual spin jump so that you can basically never touch down at all, infinite jumping. As we said before, upgrading weapons and abilities opens new areas. So as I had gotten the Morph Ball, I can now go to this part of the map I could not access before to acquire more weapons and or abilities to open up more of the map, and so on and so forth. And the level design, I think, is really clever, along with the sound design. A lot of the music was carried over or redone from the original, which is a big thing. Also, new to the series was an inventory screen that allowed toggling of weapons, and an auto map was the first of its kind, really, in this type of 2D adventure game, the auto mapping, that you can update at different map computers located around the world. Progress is saved at scattered save stations, so you had a little bit of difficulty in that you couldn't just save anywhere. And also at Samus's gunship that we saw in the beginning of the video, which also restocks all of her supplies. There are 3 endings based on completion time. It determines basically Samus's state of armor undress with her suit, with under 3 hours for the best ending, or least armor. It was developed with a staff of 15 people, which kind of blows my mind when you think about like AAA development today, and this being, just a classic, like all-time great game in my opinion. 15 dudes. That's amazing to me. Half a year to get approval, and 2 years to complete making the game. And they said that their primary goal was to make a good action game. Okay, mission accomplished. It was among one of the first open world games to offer a mapping feature, like we said before. Kind of interesting. ESRB, or short response to increase in violence in games like Mortal Kombat. The director, Sakamoto, was asked about the violence in Super Metroid, and it said, "It's not violence for the sake of it. It's maintaining peace in the galaxy." Which, I kind of love. But when released, it was distributed on a 24 megabit cartridge, making it the largest Super NES game at the time. The music is great. It's got, I think I've picked 2 of them so far from my daily music playlist, and one of them being the Red Sands theme, which I really like. But it was 16-bit versions of the music from the previous games. It was released as an album in 1994, titled Super Metroid Sound and Action. It was 38 tracks and nearly an hour in length. The Mother Brain boss battle theme, and this was the other one that I picked. It's a really kind of unique and striking sound. So at some point you might check that out on my playlist. It's often regarded as one of the best games of all time, It was credited, along with Castlevania, as establishing the Metroidvania subgenre. EGM named it Game of the Month in 1994 and the Best Action Game in 1994, and named it the Best Game of All Time in 2003. That's pretty crazy all time. IGN ranked it as 3rd, 5th, and 7th in its top 100 games in 2003, 5, and 7, respectively. Games Radar and Screw Attack named it the best SNES game of all time. Nintendo Power named it the best game in the Metroid series, beating out Metroid Prime and Metroid Zero Mission. It's pretty readily available. Digitally, you can get it on the Virtual Console on the Nintendo equipment that supports it. They need to bring that stuff to the Switch. Also available on the SNES Classic Mini if you manage to get your hands on one of those. And you can expect to pay between about 30 to 50 for a loose cart on eBay, which is a little bit crazy considering it was a big commercial success. There's a lot of copies out there, but they're still going for a pretty good price on eBay. But that's my retro recommendation of the week. I really love this game. Can't say enough positive things about it. It's nearly flawless. It's right on that level of like Link to the Past good. I mean, the only drawbacks in it, I would say, would be the occasional slowdowner here just because of the limitations of the hardware of the day, but it's really fantastic.
All right. Another well-done retro rec?
It was.
Well, I appreciate it. I'll keep them coming unless people keep
It was
on us.
super.
Thank you. Yes.
You're welcome.
Well, I mean, so many games of that time were super this or super that because it was the Super NES.
Nintendo. Yeah, so that's. But Nintendo had a habit of doing that. Mario 64, Wave Race 64, Super Metroid, Super Star Wars,
Mario Kart Wii. But with the Super Metroid, I mean, I played through this just last year or the year before. I mean, this is unlike what I was saying about LA Noire earlier in the day. This is a game that I could play annually, no problem, from scratch, and just do it again and again. It's good every time. And one of the things I really think is awesome with the design of the game and the music and everything about it is it really gets a sense of like isolation in the game. It's just Samus versus the planet, and it's so good.
Right. Very well done.
Thank you.
You know what Matt Stafford has to say about that?
Yes, I do. That amuses me. I can't lie.
I laughed so hard.
Yeah, it's so great.
That was great.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh man, sorry, I had to pull that. I had to pull that out of the Discord. It was great.
It'd be a shame.
Oh wait, no, we're not done yet. No, well, thanks. I mean, like and subscribe anyway. I still want you to do that. We have one more very quick thing. We'll just roll through it really, really quickly. Next week in gaming with HTK.
Next week in gaming. All right. So for Tuesday on the Horizon, we have PES 2018 for the PS4 and X1. PES. If you know FIFA, you play PES.
Pro Evolution Soccer.
Yeah. Also for Rednecks, we have NASCAR 2 for the PS4 and Xbox
And
One.
they say I'm
Who's making
disrespectful.
that game?
Boogity.
Also, Rayman Legends for the Switch. Will be nice to take it with you on the go.
Yes. What a great game Rayman Legends was.
It
is.
So good.
That's
Another great game that's coming on the 14th is Beach Buggy Racing by Vector Unit for the Switch.
That
will be nice.
Look, you know how I feel. Vector Unit does no wrong.
Exactly.
They are the masters of these arcade driving games.
Right.
Hydro Thunder Hurricane, Beach Buggy Racing. Oh, come on. I'm having that kind of a...
Yeah. I know what you mean.
You're thinking of the wave race like thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Riptide GP.
Riptide, yeah.
Such a fail. Yeah.
Man, I'm sorry, guys. Hopefully they're not watching me tonight. It's
Right.
Because I had Wave Race on the brain because it said Wave Race 64. Anyway, Vector Unit does no wrong. Get Beach Buggy Racing for the Switch. Trust me on this.
Exactly. The other
Probably
thing
play
that's
a
coming
lot
out.
cool on the Switch too.
Yeah. Well, I'm on the go. That's always nice, though.
Yeah.
I still, when I think about a Switch, I think about on the go. A fantastic handheld.
It really is. It is a joy to play that thing handheld.
Yes.
The handheld with
Especially
the dock.
like, from an airplane or anything. It's fantastic.
Nintendo Switch. It's a handheld with a dock.
Pretty much.
Exactly. It's a charging dock.
Right.
I feel like that's a commercial I should know.
Yeah.
You don't.
Another thing that's coming out is the Train Sim World, Great Western Express for the Xbox One. So
Choo
for all the
choo.
train fanatics,
Is Thomas the Train in there?
probably not.
Are we not? There you go.
Well, then I'm
Xbox
out.
One exclusive, folks. Go get it.
maybe Percy and all the other ones.
But when's it coming out on the PS4?
Coming down the track.
I don't know.
Got to make it down the
Will
track
come? I
first.
don't know, but if you're a train fanatic, you know where to go.
Hard boy.
It's not stopping at the PlayStation.
Oh God.
Oh my goodness! All right.
Here comes 6 more downvotes. Here they come.
Yeah, all the 11 will.
I'll be one of them.
Converted to the down.
Thumbs down.
Yeah. Let's see. For Frankie on the 15th, we get NBA 2K18, NBA Live 18, NHL 18.
He was telling me how much he
PlayStation
thinks that
4, Xbox One, and NBA 2K18 is also for the Switch.
He's very excited about all that. He was telling me all about it.
Yes.
I bet he is. The other game is WRC. It's not WFC, but WRC 7 for PlayStation 4 and X1.
World Rally Champion. I might have to
World
check
Rally
that one out
Champion.
because I didn't get Dirt Rally, although Dirt Rally is part of the Xbox Game Pass, but I'm an old rally guy, and I've been dying for something really good.
Rally Sport Challenge. Come
Since
to
that,
BC.
well, I'll tell you, the Rally Sport Challenge and the original pre-Dirt series, which of course for bonus points was he's a famous rally racer that
Colin
passed away
McRae.
years ago.
Did Juan say it?
Juan got it.
Yeah.
Colin McRae's Rally.
Yeah.
Such a good Codemasters. So 4. So Naughty Dog, Turn 10, Hellblade, Ninja Theory, if you want. Codemasters were gods at their craft when it came to racing games. I am dying to see what Evolution Studios folks, the guys that were former Evolution Studios that went to Codemasters, I can't wait to see what they get their hands into. So.
And last game, but not least, by special request, this is for you, Frankie. Metroid, same as Returns for the 3DS. Woohoo! It's a Metroid. Can't go wrong.
I mean, hopefully it'll be good. It's not an off-brand, like, what was it, Federation, whatever. So it's a Samus starring game. So it'll be fine. I don't have a 3DS, so I can be.
Me neither.
Yeah,
I have the successor of the 3DS, the Switch.
Exactly.
My kids still have their 3DSs.
I had one. Didn't keep it.
I skipped that. I went straight from the GBA SP, which is still probably the most perfect handheld in the world, to the Switch.
Which one?
The GBA SP.
Okay.
Oh, I love that thing. My little pocket SNES. Are you kidding me?
All right. You kind of misspelled the PSP, but that's okay.
But the PSP doesn't have, my SNES games and my advanced.
No, this is true.
I'm telling you, the SP is just a little. It's and I just found it not that long ago after the move. It's still amazing. I still play that on the regular.
Fantastic. So those are the games. There are a couple of more games that are released, but these were the ones that were worth mentioning.
All right.
So enjoy.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Nate.
Yep.
I always feel bad because they seem to want to do something cool with you, and then it gets left out, and I don't want it to get left out anymore.
Well,
So-
everyone talked about it, this week, so two
Well-
thumbs up for it. But I also saw Wind River, which is probably my movie of the year so far.
Wind River. What's it about?
It's maybe Hell or High Water. Did anyone see that last year?
No.
Another great movie that you guys should see. But Wind River is about you know how there's a lot of missing people, but this takes place on an Indian reservation. And
Obviously, it doesn't have this clown in it.
Yeah, doesn't. But now I'm not going to be able to get out of my head or to speak straight.
Look into his eyes.
And he's not smiling. When he's smiling, I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. But that's just messed up right there.
All right.
It was a good movie.
It was a good movie. Definitely see it.
I understand it's breaking records as well.
Even if you are afraid of clowns, it's not. I mean, it's not really a scary movie. It's more suspense.
Yeah, it's true.
So anybody can see it. Go see it. Break a lot of records because that's good for us horror fans.
All right.
Is it justified hype?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Definitely.
I've heard that.
Because I hate overhyped stuff.
Because I think if you, Juan, I know is a huge Stranger Things fan. I think you would love that if you like Stranger Things.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard it called like Stranger Things meets Stand by Me.
Yep, I could see that too. Definitely.
Yeah.
And one of the kids is in it. So.
Yeah, the Mike kid from Stranger Things is Richie.
Okay.
Yep, it's really well done. I mean, I'm a bigger fan of the It book than I am, say, Stranger Things even. But given the material and trying to get it into, the time frame they did a really good job with it.
I'm glad Coop knows what Hell or High Water was.
Yeah, unfortunately, just never
I might have to look into that.
I will
saw it.
post the trailer on the non-gaming talk section.
Cool.
Do you guys follow, speaking of movies, you guys, since The Last Jedi is coming out, do you guys follow Depressed Darth on Twitter?
Not yet.
So he or whoever runs the account, sorry, like Darth Vader's a real person, you know. You know that there's also the Han Solo spin-off coming, and there was already Rogue One. So whoever controls that account put up this and says, retweet if you want these made.
Sure, right. Did I see Revan in there? Because that's
Yes.
interesting to me.
Yeah, Revan. But, if you want to have... So, Disney, like they're doing with everything
The
else
Marvel
they do. Is
universe.
Yeah, with the Marvel, it's just running it into the ground. So why not run Star Wars into the ground while they've got it?
Seems to be the plan.
Yeah. And they're running, at the same time, they're running Lego into the ground. So why not?
Yeah.
And if it gives me a Revan movie, I'd be alright with that.
Well, there you go. It's not, I mean, I think these are, they're not real folks.
Indeed.
And whoever drew the Yoda in the upper middle block that he's, looking 6 foot tall with long legs. So. Did you guys see Did you guys ever see the bad lip reading Empire Strikes Back?
Mm-hmm.
When they did the Seagull song?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Very
god,
good.
that was hilarious. If you have not seen it, even if you're not a fan of Star Wars, it's hilarious. I recommend it. I recommend it highly, as my son would say. All right, I think we're gonna call it here. We went a little over, but we definitely wanted to see Juan driving that Lambo.
Yeah, I've been waiting to get that out.
So, anybody else got anything before we call it a night?
We touched on the theme, so I think we're golden.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah. All right. Very cool. Well, thanks, guys, for another great night after a couple weeks break. Thanks to XSplit for making my camera work for at least the first 2 minutes of the podcast. Thank you guys in the chat room, of course, who are hanging out with us, giving us updates on the football game. I had not checked since I saw the last score update. I have no idea who's winning. All I know is, damn it, Danny Woodhead. I ended up with, hold on. I did end up with 25 points on my Ravens defense, 8 points out of Justin Tucker, almost 10 points out of Miller, even though Houston got wrecked. And everybody else was just not good. I got 6.84 out of Flacco, which, for what he did today, not horrible, actually, since he basically, I should have gotten Terrence West is what I should have done. But, so, anyway. We will see you guys next week, I think. There's nothing going on next Sunday on my end as far as I know. No gigs, so I'm clear.
He says that now, but there's people calling him right now.
Hey, somebody calls me on Monday and says we need you Sunday night, and they're paying. I'll take it.
Oh.
So, but everybody have a.
If you guys haven't checked out his video yet, you definitely should. It was pretty epic.
I got some more smaller videos. They're just, unfortunately, they're 15-second, 20-second clips. Not much you can see. But if you go to our YouTube page, which is just search for Days of Vinyl. Believe it or not, that's the name of the group. There's some pictures of us at the Maryland State Fair. Pretty cool stuff. I mean, I have to admit, man, playing music is probably the second vice, to video gaming. So, family music gaming, and as long as I can haul my equipment around and entertain people and make people dance and have a good time, I'm going to do it till I get too old to do it. So we're open for holiday parties in Maryland, folks. Hell, we'll go to Virginia, Pennsylvania. We'll do tri-state. Give me a call. All right, folks. We're going to go ahead and take off. I'm hoping to hear back from XSplit about what the hell's wrong with my camera. But until then, everybody have a great week. We'll see you next week. Thanks again, everybody.
OG Xbox for the next retro.
Ooh.
Very nice.
All right. Game on.
Oh, hang on. Let me get over to the... Have a good night. Play on, gamers.
And once again, this is Days of Vinyl, the closeout song.